And Curtis Blow, for those of you who don't know, hip-hop history, one of the first hip-hop acts to get signed by a major label, and that label was, I believe, Mercury Records.
Yeah, that's right, Mercury Polygram.
Mercury Polygram. Okay, now tell me about when you guys got the attention of Russell Simmons and he gave you guys the call like, yo, I got LL Cool J, he's working on his sophomore album to radio, and we want you guys to come and work on it.
Wow. I love that story.
Well, I mean, short.
Who want to tell it?
Short. Yeah, the short and sweet of it. It happened at a BRE convention here in Los Angeles at the Universal Sheraton Hotel, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Russell we had been in Russell's ear. He told us to make some demos. He said he would be there, and we would meet with him and play the demos for him. And that's what happened. He was in the lobby. We had a box, a radio. You know, everybody was lined up, several other producers and acts, and people were putting in their cassettes, and he was playing them, and he'd stop it, throw it to the side, put it in the trash, whatever. I'm not digging it. It was our turn. We put it in, played it, stopped it, rewound it, played it again. And at that point, he handed us his American Express card. He said, it's official. I want you guys to come to the Columbia party tonight, and I'm going to introduce you guys as my new act.
Yep. And that was actually on a Sunday, the last day of the BRE, and Tuesday we were in New York.
Yeah, on an airplane. Never been in New York before.
Yep.
Wow.
He told Gary Harris, call Heidi and get 3 tickets. You guys are coming to New York. I'll put you up in a hotel. We're going to go make records.
Yep.
So what was that process like, stepping off of the airport, you're in New York, and you guys getting ready to go in the studio and work on the Bigger and Deffer album?
No, that came a while after the fact. We didn't go out there to work on the Bigger and Deffer album. We went to New York to work on Breeze's album. We had an artist by the name of Breeze, and that's the reason why we went to New York to work on his album. But Dwayne's production and his style of production was similar to the Def Jam sound that Rick Rubin and Russell had created. So they were working on a movie called Tougher Than Leather. And I guess LL was, sweating them about getting into the studio, so they figured, you know what, let's put him in there with the guys and see what we can come up with, just to occupy his time.
Yeah, keep him busy,
So we didn't know LL, so we all show up, and it was a very uncomfortable setting because no one knew each other, and we did what we did to crack the ice and get it cracking.
We told jokes.
Yeah. Told jokes, had a little beer, and you know how we do in the studio.
Of course. Now let's back up for a minute. You guys were saying that Dwayne's production technique was very similar to the Def Jam sound a la Rick Rubin. Now, for those that don't know, what is the Def Jam sound?
Hey, that 808, baby. That 808 was humming.
Yeah, the rolling 808 drum machine.
Yes, no doubt.
If you could make it swing, you was winning.
Yeah, you make it. Very few people knew how to make that thing swing because it was most of the people that bought drum machines like that, it didn't come with instructions, so you had to cut and feel and trial and error. So I just played with it for a long time, and I started playing with switches and what does this do and what does this do, and it ended up making it swing. And matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, Rick was actually the one that showed me how to make it swing.
Yeah, the first day we were in New York, we showed up in the Def Jam office with all our luggage and 2-inch reels and everything and drum machines, and Rick happened to come in. He said, what are you guys doing here? He said, Russell brought us out here, from L.A. And we set up the drum machines and was listening to music, and Dwayne asked him, Muff asked him, how do you make that 808 swing like that? And he showed him.
Yeah.
After that, it was a wrap.
It was a done daughter after that. Man, people was asking me how to make it swing. Remember Chill Will on the tour?
Exactly.
He could not figure it out for years.
And that's old school kids. I mean, you think you got it made with Pro Tools and all that? They had 2-inch reels and all that archaic technique, production, recording equipment. So, you guys try to splice cut and do all that stuff on 2 reel tapes. I'm not trying to do that no time soon.
We had to do it with razor blades and tape, and we used
greaser pencil.
Who?
Greaser pencil to mark out what you want to cut.
Greaser pencil, all of that, and when we were mixing records, there was no automation back there, so we were playing Twister on the mixing board.
8 people on a 24-track mixing board, making sure that the punches were accurate, so the levels stayed, precise. It was a challenge, and it was a job. It was work.
Yeah, you got track 2, 3, and 4. I got 5, 6, 9, and hit it here. You know, at 325, hit it there.
Exactly.
So you had to be precise.
Oh yeah, you had to.
Yeah, because one slip up, be like, man, we got to start.
Yeah, we got to do it over.
Got to start all over again.
Right.
Yeah.
Time is money in the studio, Jack.
Yeah.
Of course, and it's not cheap. Now, let's fast forward to the process of making the Bigger and Deffer album.
Well, what do you want to know?
Yeah, what do you want to know? The Bigger and Deffer album was, that was a chore. Because, I mean, the demos, these were supposed to be demos, and we were just making records. We didn't really understand how, the magnitude of the records we were making. We didn't understand it. We were just making records. We were having fun. It was fun back then. It wasn't work. So we were just making stuff. We just kept making records until they finished, the shooting that movie. And then one day Russell called us to say, I want to hear what you guys have done. And we played him I Need Love, and what else was it, Darryl? I'm Bad,
and Get Down. I mean, we played him everything that we had. There were some things that didn't make the album.
Yeah.
But they were still, if they were banging, they just chose not to do it. And there came a point in time where, the staff at Def Jam was saying, it's not good. They need different producers. You need da-da-da-da-da. And LL stood up and said, you know what? I'm not doing no more records. My album is done.
Yeah, I'm
happy with what I have.
And like Darryl just said, most of the staff did not like those songs. I mean, Russell didn't even like I Need Love. He hated that record. He said it was New Edition BS.
Yeah.
New Edition BS.
Homo
BS.
Wow.
He hated it.
Wow. Because people look. You got to remember, before I Need Love, it was not cool to do a rap ballad. And LL pretty much broke the mold because that joint was like his only #1 R&B hit. And the ladies were definitely feeling that. And then, of course, you had the dudes dancing with the ladies at the school dances, a couple skating ring. You got that one dude at the corner by the wall by himself, getting no play. And in the video, raccoon hats, girlies in the hot tub, gold chains. I mean, it was like any dude's fantasy, in that video.
We set off the Big Willie Bling Bling era.
No doubt.
Quiet as kept. You know what I'm saying? We was doing it big then. The videos weren't big like that back then. And it was fun, man. It was a blast.
So basically, champagne popping, beepers, Zach Moore cell phones, car phones, Audis, all that good stuff, and Troop and the sweatsuits that Will Smith used to wear back when he was the Fresh Prince.